on. Okay, I know I'm late. I'm coming. I'm just finishing up a row here. Well, actually, it's a block. I'm just chain piecing like crazy, you know me. Here it is, everybody. Welcome back. Or I guess I should say welcome back for myself. Welcome, quilters. My name is Rob Appell from Stitchin Heaven out in Quitman, Texas, and welcome to the Friday live show. I am super excited to see all of you out there. It feels like it's been forever since we hung out together. So welcome to everybody. If it's your first time here, I'm a quilt maker. As a matter of fact, I was just doing a little bit of chain piecing here for a project we'll talk about a little bit here later on in the show. This is kind of my weekly recap show, and I'm super nervous because I've got a bunch of new friends today watching along, and just really exciting. A lot of today is going to be about the wonderful Patriot Quilting Cruise I was just on. You may be able to hear my voice is still hoarse. I had a slight choking incident. It must have been the lobster. Maybe it was the caviar or the filet mignon. I'm not sure. Overindulgence. But I did. I started choking and cracked my voice, and it hasn't come back. That's my excuse anyways. And we're going to have a great time together today. Welcome to all 58,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button now, folks. Do so. And also, I'll let you know we have a wonderful Facebook page, Rob Appell, private Facebook group, and it's really a great place. I try to do a little extra posting there. And if you've been watching social media over the last couple of days, there's been a lot of exciting things going. I do have my water handy today because, like I said, I do feel quite hoarse. And I just realized I've been sewing all day, and I don't think I've really spoken to anybody. Well, that's not true. I talked to Charisma Horton on the phone a little bit ago to discuss something that's going to be epic. And but other than that, I really haven't spoken much today. So we're getting the voice up and activated. I can see everybody's here. Okay, you're... All right, cool. I see everybody talking. Carl, you yelled my name. I got nervous. Hopefully you can all hear me. It should be going just right. Everything's good. Okay, so let's dive into the show a little bit today. I have just a very few announcements. As a quick reminder, we have a few spaces left in our Let's Celebrate, which is an OESD. It's an embroidery essentials party. It's a live in-person 2-day event. It will be June 11th through 13th. And that's this year, obviously coming up in a few days here, a few weeks here. And that's going to be hosted at Stitchin Heaven on site. You know, we have wonderful lodging and a great event center and all kinds of fabulous machines that will be set up so you can come and learn with us. And if you're not aware, I want to say we're all about education, but after last week on the cruise ship, which was supposed to be about learning how to make 2 different quilts, it's pretty much all about fun for us here. Hopefully you notice I'm part of the travel tribe now. I've got my cool cruising shirt that was awarded. We got a great tote bag. I got a great cup, which I found out I could use to make my own iced coffee with unlimited coffee bar. Folks, cruising with quilt sewing machines, 24-hour access to the classroom, and unlimited coffee bar. I'm telling you, it was fabulous. I also want to mention, if I'm going a little fast today, I try to put up as many descriptions or as many links into the description as possible. So if I'm mentioning videos or products or whatnot, they will be there today. Although I do realize I didn't do a great job of talking about the last few videos because I was at sea. So a couple of weeks ago, I started working on let me just grab it. It might be a little bit easier. But yeah, I started working on the more machine quilting quilts, more machine quilting skills and drills, utilizing my easiest log cabin quilt ever. So the first one was on the triangles, and then we'll be doing in a couple of weeks, or I guess I should say it's now next week. Let me slow down here. Here's the quilt. I finished the quilt out with a bunch of really fun free motion machine quilting, and I broke that into a series of videos because you all had been asking for it. So a couple of weeks ago, when I first was on the cruise, we did a how to make the triangles, free motion video, kind of a breakdown there. And then last week, while I was on the cruise, I did a really fun recap of when Raija Salomaa was at the Stitchin Heaven Events and Retreat Center. She was there teaching one of her quilting retreats, and I got to spend a bunch of time with her. So Elijah and I put together a fun video for you all to kind of experience more of what happens at the retreats, because again, we're all about gathering. We're all about community and education and fun. Now, next week, I have the wishbone skills and drills. So you can see behind me there a little bit of the wishbones, the double wishbone. For you wakeboarders there, that's the double up wishbone, if you know what I'm saying. And so at any rate, yeah, we're just going to break this down every few weeks and have a new little set of skills and drills. And I'm going to encourage you to practice those on your own quilting sandwich and continually grow. The more you practice your machine quilting, the more you will certainly grow. And it's just really a great thing. I love the machine quilting. It's why I got into making quilt tops. So it is something that I think is important. I really do enjoy machine quilting my quilts. I'm a little distracted today. I'm watching the comments maybe more than I should. I see so much going on out there. You know, I'll go back and check the comments in a few minutes, but it is fun knowing that so many of you are there watching along. And before we get into the grateful list, I have a couple of folks that sent in quilts for show and tell. So let's go ahead and get started with Patty's quilt. Now this one is awesome. This reminds me, thank you, Patty. This reminds me a bit of a quilt I made a while ago called Stars, Stripes, and Diamonds. It was all black and white half square triangles. This was obviously much more complicated. Really, really neat. And I'm not sure, she probably put it in the email, but I just didn't read it. Sorry, Patty. But here's another one, and I can see that she's working along the same concepts. And so I'm not sure which one came first, but just really, really, really cool there. And then here's another fun one from Shauna. And Shauna, I recognize this one. Oop, let me turn off Patty's name there. Thank you, Shauna, for sending in your quilts. Shauna took one of my, this is the reverse applique. This was one of the patterns I had happened to create, kind of a fun tribal wave. And so Shauna did this one in the workshop with me, and it's always fun to see students work there later on. And then this was another quilt that she did, and I just love the simplicity but also the complexity of this. You'll keep looking at it because it's not necessarily organized in any specific color layout, but it's just really another, it's just, you know, quilts are amazing that way, folks. It's just super fun to be able to see. So again, thank you for sending in your quilts, Patty and Shauna. I appreciate seeing those. If you would like to send in your quilts for show and tell, you can just put them in an email to me. My email is rob@stitchinheaven.com. So I'd love to see what you're working on and love to share that with everybody else. Remember, if you email it to me, it will be free game. You might be wondering what's here on the table. Now, I've already accidentally boxed up the quilts that have it on here, but yes, the stripes arrived, the wonderful fabric. This is the New World's stripe, and I think you can see how awesome the colors there go. Oh, let's see if the side camera's any better. Maybe, maybe not. Anyways, really fun. So it comes in white, and it also comes in black there. And so that's what's in the box, but I also have my quilts already bound and wrapped up. But you can see here, just as soon as I got off the cruise, I started making binding and for the project. You can see how fun, although I forgot to get the actual close-up shot of the quilts once they were bound. But the stripes have arrived here in studio, and I believe we now have word Stitchin Heaven will have fabric available about July 1st for the New Worlds. New Worlds, of course, is available. What you see here on the wall is me starting to mix them. And I'm going to jump a little bit ahead. I want to finish actually with the grateful list today because I'm so grateful for the week we had last week. So let me do a quick little, let's go to the side wall and put up the save the date. Here's the save the date. We're going to do what's called Rob's Virtual Quilt Along. And then if I zoom in over here a little bit better, maybe you can see if I step out of the way. I'm building the quilt right now that we'll be using for the virtual quilt along. It'll be September 14th, 2024. And the goal with that, all right, let me turn that thing off. The goal with that and having this quilt here on the side wall is to do a quilt that we can put together probably in a day. We're gonna have pre-cut quilt kits available. There's a lot of strip piecing that can kind of go together for like the things like you see the checkerboard. A long time ago, one of our community members asked me how to do a checkerboard on point, so I wanted to do something fun like this for everybody. we do have a bunch of half square triangles to make, so there's a bunch of trimming involved, so there's a little bit of time consuming. So we're kind of thinking about how to do that, but lots of this, like I said, can be done chain piecing wise. There's no mystery to the quilt. The fun is going to be just in sewing together, so we'll have more information coming out real soon. I want to get the quilt finished, but I've been showing some different colorways. So this is it. This is the official flavor. This is the way it's going to turn out here, using some of the new and newer worlds and some fun patchwork, some really fun, easy piecing there. So that's what I've been working on myself the last day and a half since I got home. I needed to cut it all up and make sure the instructions were correct and go through there. So I'm going to enjoy piecing this together for the rest of my afternoon. And I'm going to have my cup of coffee, of course, after we do the grateful list. So that is now, it is time, folks. I want to make sure I've gotten through all my other announcements, which I certainly have. We got a couple of fun things coming up. So yes, as always, we do a grateful list, and I encourage folks to also type up today what you were grateful for. It didn't happen today. It could have happened in the last few weeks, months, whatever. But you can see here, I've got several things that I am very grateful for, and we're going to start today with the Patriot Cruise. So the Patriot Cruise, I just put up a fun video on the YouTube channel, put it up last night, kind of impromptu. It was the Quilting Marine and the Combat Quilter. These two gentlemen are true American heroes that have taken up quilting for PTSD relief, really. And I think they're just straight up comedians like myself, or like I'd like to be considered anyways. The three of us went to see, we got to go to Roatan, we got to go to Costa Maya and Cozumel. It was beautiful. We had 78 quilters aboard. There were technically 6 of us as instructors or staff, and we just had the best time. We got to eat together, sew together, play together. So yes, of my grateful list, the whole Patriot Cruise was really, really amazing. Here's a couple of the highlights for me. So first of all, there was a gentleman who I was actually having kind of a bad day. No, I was having a bad hour. I thought I had lost my watch. I feel like I'm lying today. I'm trying to not make the story so long. I actually had lost my watch. What I'm trying to not say is that I failed desperately in the Flow Rider, which is a surf style wave park on board, and I have a million of excuses of why I didn't qualify for the extra advanced levels, but the truth of the matter is I was the laughing stock of the quilters because I couldn't earn the white wristband in the Flow Rider, and I didn't want any of you to know about it. But at any rate, I had lost my Apple Watch because you couldn't wear jewelry in the Flow Rider due to the velocity of the water. At any rate, I was running up and down looking for my watch because I couldn't quite track it because the Wi-Fi is a little unique on a ship. And in the biggest panic moment, all of a sudden, the elevator opened and this was happening.
The elevator piano guy. Look at that.
All right.
Yeah.
And it changed my entire attitude. For the whole cruise, this was my highlight.
Nice, Robert. Loving it, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Great falsify.
Yes, the piano man in the elevator. My new all-time highlight. Okay, the piano man's been officially tagged.
And of course, I got to put a sticker on the piano. So that was truly the biggest highlight, not only because it was remarkable to see something so fun and fantastic, but it hit me at the time I needed it the most. So don't forget about those life lessons out there, folks. It really helped settle me down. So that was a true highlight. There was another thing that happened, and this is just a little video that kind of explains it. So I'm just going to be quiet and let this play a little bit. But this was a true honor that happened on Saturday.
Reading this one poem, we actually have a special group on board. They've actually had 3 different cruises on board with us. And they're in the conference rooms throughout all the week, and they do some amazing quilting. These quilting groups are incredible. There's Stitchin Heaven is what it's called. And there's a lot of them here today. So they approached me a couple of days ago, and they showed me this amazing quilt that they had put together. and it was absolutely incredible. And what we're going to do right now is we are going to bring out two individuals, both military veterans. We're going to welcome out Mark and Andrew. And Mark is a retired drill instructor for the U.S. Marines. Andrew was a staff sergeant in the Army, 22 years of service, everybody. Now Mark is also known as the Quilting Marine. Andrew is known as the Combat Quilter. And the quilt they're going to be holding is called "And the Flag Was Still There," made by Rob Appell. So come on out and join us. Mark and Andrew, come forward and let's display this masterpiece to everyone here of what they have put together in quilting.
So yeah, huge honor for me to have created a quilt that was even just mentioned during that celebration, and there was an awful lot of folks there to get to celebrate. So folks, don't forget, as quilt makers, we really touch a lot of lives. And of course, on our Patriot Cruise, it was a bunch of veterans quilting and sewing and cruising for other veterans, making quilts to be awarded to veterans for their service and the family of veterans. And it's just one of these ongoing things. So we have another Patriot Cruise. I'm not sure if we still have space. I think we still have a little bit of space, March of 2025. But Stitchin Heaven does all kinds of quilting cruises. So I've got a link in the description today for you. Just, there are all kinds of different special reasons we do it. There are all kinds of fun, all kinds of great quilting projects. So I just can't say enough nice things about getting to be on the cruise with my great friends. And then the other reason is because snorkeling. Yeah, I love to go snorkeling. So I got to go snorkeling, and here's a little bit of footage. And check this out real quick. There's just this, if you watch, there's these really large African angelfish. They're giant. They're probably 14 inches across or so. Beautiful, beautiful. So that was really, really exciting to get to see that. GoPro. We couldn't really see what we were filming, but beautiful, beautiful waters. That was there in Roatan. And then I've also said here, and it's kind of fun, I believe they're watching today, but I have mentioned, and I usually say new friends or good friends, but this was really a fun one. So I'm going to say influential friends, and that is right. What you see here, folks, is that is none other than Stephanie Feeder from Stephanie's Stitches, another influencer and quilt maker and retreat hostess. And yes, they are bragging about their Sew Well with Rob Appell tattoos. And then, of course, the biggest ham of them all was Stephanie's friend Ingrid, and there was opportunity to take photographs, and Ingrid was such a ham. She says, "Here, Rob, you got to help me out." And she grabbed me and brought me over and asked me if I'd do this wheelbarrow pose. I was a little hesitant, but of course, she said that she would be nice, and we, of course, had a lot of fun. And so, again, folks, touching lives and having great experiences through what we get to do in quilting, which is fantastic. So my last of my grateful list things today, if you didn't see my social media post, I don't post often, folks, so when I post, you know it's a big deal. So all across the Facebook and the Instagram today, I put up the big news, Catherine Grace, and that is the name of our wonderful, soon-to-be, in about a year, daughter-in-law. That's right, my son proposed to his girlfriend of, I believe, almost 5 years, 4.5 years in Yosemite. She was incredibly surprised. Here you go, ladies. This is what you've all been asking for. There's the ring. And fun story, Braden, our son, had the same gentleman custom make that who made my wife's ring. So that was very special. And of course, Catherine and Braden love to hike and camp and spend time in Yosemite. And my romantic son set up a great surprise engagement proposal for them, including a camera operator, his friend. And so we're just so incredibly blessed to have the families living close as a expanding family to be. Super cool to know that the holidays will not be spent on the highways for our kids because we all live in the same community if the kids stick around. And again, they're just starting their engagement. So they've got a year down the road. They're going to wait until they graduate from college to actually tie the knot. And then they're going to be working on their teaching credentials and their first year of marriage and stuff. So it's kind of a great plan, and I'm really, really excited for them. And I know it's not quilt related, but you know, so much of the things we do here are not really quilt related. It is about the community and it's about the support. And I just felt so loved and supported on the cruise. Met, like I said, met so many new friends, got to hang out with some great old friends. Just felt incredibly blessed. I know I have another retreat coming up really soon. I'm not sure if there is still space left in August. I know some of the folks you saw in the video will be joining us at the Stitchin Heaven on August 7th through 11th. And again, I just want to thank my dear friends Andrew and Mark for supporting me, inspiring me, and making me laugh all week long. Just a great, great experience. Folks, I will be doing some more sewing real soon. Like I said, I'm going to wrap up this project and get it ready so that we can start letting you all take advantage of the quilt kits we'll have. Like I said, they will be this colorway as you see, and the green, the black, the white, and the kind of the fun teal turquoise in there. And we will be doing pre-cut quilt kits for you to make it easy so you can sew along with me on that September date. And if you have any questions, you should ask them now. I almost forgot to check the comments. And so let me go ahead and scroll through real quick. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. Andrew and Stephanie and Mark and I, we were discussing the fact that it would be really cool. There was a really nice Royal Caribbean app. I almost said that you put on your cell phones, and then I would be dating myself. But so that you know, if you're getting ready to go on a quilting cruise with Stitchin Heaven, the app is really awesome because it tells you about like wardrobe and events. It gives you the whole layout, but also, folks, it took us 2 to 3 days to realize we could act as a group and we could do chatting and communicate throughout the app, even if we didn't pay for the Wi-Fi package. So it was really, really successful. And I think that this is new since we made our last How to Cruise with Stitchin Heaven videos. So this is something we want to come up with and include really soon as a good informational video for all of you. But if you're getting ready to go on a cruise in the near future and you're not aware of the Royal Caribbean app that they're using, do check it out because it does. It mentions what attire for every night, what the menus are, the places to be, the shows to see, the excursions and all that, but also it allows you to have that communication with your friends while you're on board, and I think that's real important. And then we also always have our Facebook groups for each of our events, like I said. Okay, let me check some of these. Oh, I see Ingrid's getting a lot of love out there. People are asking about Carl's wife. I will tell you about Carl's wife because I got a wonderful photo just this morning. Carl and his wife have dyed their hair, and I'll let you all guess what color. That's right. Put in the comment below what color you think it is, and I'm gonna throw it out. It's not Carl's favorite color, green, by the way. It must have been Kelly's choice. So anyways. Yeah, we really did have a great time on the cruise, didn't we, everybody? Thanks for the wonderful comments. Oh, I just figured it out. Katrina, Fog, father of the groom. I was afraid that was something else weird. I was going to have to ask for help there. He will soon to be Fog. Yes, father of the groom. I thought you were talking about the gray hairs coming in anyways. That's great. Yeah, the wheelbarrow photo. All-time highlight for sure. Ingrid, it was great that way. Nancy, quilt kits for the sew along. Sew along will be September, so probably right about the end of August or so. We got to get them in the queue for the cutting and folding department. You know how busy they are with all the wonderful kits and block of the months. And also, yes, Stephanie, will you please put, Stephanie Stitches is watching right now, and I didn't think to do it in advance, But Stephanie, will you please take and put in the comments your link to your YouTube channel for everybody, because she's got a couple of great follow-up videos. Stephanie recorded what we called Guys Night, which was Andrew, myself, and Mark. We sat for about an hour and we just kind of did an open forum conversation, and she has the whole unedited recorded version, and it's pretty good. And so it's on her YouTube channel. I've already watched that. So yes, I will make sure that we don't sign off and make sure that we get that up there. So Stephanie or Ingrid, if you'll please put up Stephanie's YouTube link so that everybody can check out her stuff. She's also going to be doing a, it looks like Stephanie and Ingrid will be doing a live cruise recap wrap up tomorrow at 5 p.m. I think that 5 p.m. Might be Central Time for them. Sorry, if we want to have any clarifications, please throw that also in my comments, because this is what we're all about here. We are a wonderful community, and looks like, yes, we got the correct color is purple for Carl's hairdo. Carl, I almost put the picture up, but because you trusted me with it and you sent it to my private and not to my email, I figured it was just for me. So anyways, all right, folks. Awesome. I'm just going to wait for that. Do we ship to the United Kingdom? I'm not sure. I think so, but please reach out to info@stitchinheaven.com. If the answer's no in general, because we have a pretty big website, if you reach out to them, we might be able to figure it out. We just might have to do a custom package. Tell them in customer service Rob said maybe, and let's see how much trouble I get into. That would be hilarious. Eastern time. Okay, oh, and fantastic. Carl's putting up the picture on the So Well Facebook page, and this is why I love doing these wonderful videos, these live videos, because we get to have so much fun, like I said, as a community. All right, folks, so I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off at this point. It's about time for me to grab a cup of coffee and get the rest of my quilt all pieced together. I so appreciate you all being here to support me this Friday afternoon. I hope you all have a very blessed weekend in whatever it is you're all doing. We'll see you on Wednesday, like I said, with another one of those Skill Builder free motion videos, and coming around the corner in just a few weeks with another project video on how to do the free pattern, the borrowed time quilt, which I would show you, but it's sealed up in this box on its way to Bernina University to get smarter, I guess. Maybe show itself off. I'm not sure. If you're going to BU, take a picture with my quilt. That would be awesome as well. All right, folks.